And now it's time for the main event here. It's the K&N Pro Shootout. 50 laps of racing here on the 8/10 of a mile short track. We qualified the top 16 in points on the east, top 16 in the west, determined the top 5 spots in the last shot race. And now we go at it for bragging rights. East meets the west here in Iowa. So with that said, let's take a look at our starting grid. It's on the pole, qualifying at 147.300 miles an hour. It's an all-western front row. As the pole sitter will be the number 22 Valvoline Napa Pontiac of THEO STEGALL. And on the outside will be the number 25 Golden Gallon Olds of Joel QUALLS. Second row will be a all-eastern row. As going away spot number 3 will be the number 9 Taco Bell Chevy of Ryan ACOSTA. And the winner of the last shot race, the number 15 Fisher Snowplows BEAU, that's Hayden Klein. Then we'll have a east-west row 3 with the western racer on the inside, going away spot number 7, number 56 Polaroid BEAU of Luca Moore, and the number 93 Racing Collectibles Club Pontiac Kim Alderman Armstrong, who finished second in the last shot race. Fourth row, going away spot number 7 will be eastern racer Justin Johnson, the 31 Slender U Pontiac, Figure Salons Pontiac, and the number 59 FDB Brakes Slick 50 Ford of Mike Doobie, representing the east. Then another pair of eastern racers will be row number 5 at the 03 Team USA Olds of Trevor Reinhardt, also getting in through the last shot race, will be alongside the 61 Total Motor Oil Chevy, that's Bo Lambert. Row 6 will be the number 05 Pontiac, representing the west is Ryan Sheely, and also representing the west will be the 5 Tide Exxon Chevy, that's Matt Wells. Following them in row number 7 will be the number 16 Chattanooga Chew Buick, representing the east, the Stephen Harder, and the number 53 Pontiac, that's Samantha Rice. Following down will be another pair of western racers, the number 12 Meineke Ford of Jeff Ehlers will be alongside the number 27 Kodiak Pontiac of Joey Dawson. Another pair of eastern racers will follow them, the number 85 Burger King Ford, that's Chase Armstrong, and the 35 All-Pro Auto Parts Pontiac of Eric CAUDILL. Following them another pair of eastern races, the number 36 Almeida Auto Parts Pontiac of Josh Davis will be alongside the Valvoline Napa Chevy number 46 of Ricky Hawke. Then another pair of western racers will follow them, the number 71 Lifebuoy Soap Chevy of Jeffrey Stamper, and the number 1 Skull Classic Olds of Casey Perry, the most recent winner at Kansas in the K&N Pro West Series. Then it'll be the Roses Buick number 6 of Matt Richards, being alongside the TIC Financial Systems Olds number 8 of Charles Jackson. Then it will be another eastern-western matchup. It's the number 11 Skull Chevy of Joe Davis, will be alongside the number 48 Rumpel Racing Pontiac of Jacob Rodriguez, winner at Fontana recently. Then behind them will be the number 65 Jasper Engines Pontiac of Corey Moore, representing the east, and also representing the east will be the number 80 Miles Concrete Ford, that's Neil Ward. Following them will be the number 98 Lamel Construction Buick of Chris Skinner, representing the west, will be alongside the 0 Buick, that's Sam Mincy. Following them will be a pair of western racers, the 42 of Jackie QUALLS, that's the Buick, will be alongside the Detroit Gasket Olds of JAYLAH Stamper, also getting in through the last shot race. Then it will be Steve Gott, the Makita Tools Jordan Lumber Chevy number 47 from the west, will be alongside a Yumi Takashi in the Texaco Haviland Buick 28, getting in through the last shot race. Then Red Bell Eastern Racer with the Coors Extra Gold Olds 51, and the 02 Olds Arco Olds of Shane Atkins, winner at Richmond. And rounding out the field will be the number 40 Dirt Devil Pontiac of Western Racer Adam FIEGEL. That's your starting grid here for the K&N Pro Shootout. 50 laps of racing. You don't want to miss this one. This should be good. And with that said, it is time for the command to kick off the K&N Pro Shootout. 37 entries going for bragging rights.
Drivers, start your engines.
So the pace car will drop them off the pace, and now it's going to be time to go racing here. 50 laps of the K&N Pro Shootout. West on the first row, East in the second row, and THEO STEGALL with a great jump puts the West in the #1 spot. Ryan ACOSTA goes up to second. HAYDEN Klein now goes up on the high side, battling it out for fourth. Luca Moore and the 31 of Justin Johnson all doing battle. Trevor Reinhardt now going in there, battling on the inside of Johnson, as THEO STEGALL leads Ryan ACOSTA second, QUALLS third, Trevor Reinhardt fourth, and Ryan Sheely rounding out the top 5. Now, here comes Jeff EHLERS diving in. Great racing going on back here. Mike Doobie. Oh, what a saving driving job. And just what we saw happen in the last shot race has happened here yet again. And it was culminated by the 36 of Josh Davis, as Joel QUALLS will win the race back to the line. As Sam Mincy has crashed, a lot of casualties in this first lap. Luca Moore in it. Let's take a look what happened. Kim Alderman Armstrong, part of the last shot race, goes down. And we all know what actually culminated. Josh Davis and Jeffrey Stamper. 4 wide, you see Bo Lambert on the inside. Mike Doobie goes down. You see HAYDEN Klein right there. That's what happened. It was very reminiscent to how we finished the K&N Pro last shot race, where one wreck basically did it. When Tony Griggs got sent off to the grass and wrecked. As you can see, Josh Davis gets sent off to the grass. He had a little more driving room though, so it wasn't as bad as the other one. But he was heading towards that wall still. He made a little bit of a touch, goes right up the track, collects Bo Lambert, collects Luca Moore. Mike Doobie takes it, same with HAYDEN Klein. Yep, HAYDEN Klein got it. Steve Goth, Ricky HAWKE, Red Bell just getting through, same with Eric CAUDILL, Adam FIEGEL, Casey Perry, JAYLAH Stamper, Sam Mincy in trouble. We'll put the binders on, and it was ugly. Let's go on board with Josh Davis. Worse from there. Not good at all. So with that said, here's where we stand. Joel QUALLS leads, Ryan ACOSTA second, THEO STEGALL third, Ryan Sheely fourth, Chase Armstrong fifth, Trevor Reinhardt sixth, Jeff EHLERS seventh, Justin Johnson eighth, Matt Richards 9th, and Mike Doobie, then HAYDEN Klein, Jeffrey Stamper, Samantha Rice, Stephen Harder, Joe Davis, Corey Moore, Chris Skinner, Joey Dawson, Jackie QUALLS, Red Bell, Matt Wells, Adam FIEGEL, Shane Atkins, Charles Jackson, JAYLAH Stamper, Neil Ward, Ayumi Takashi, Jacob Rodriguez, Steve Goth, Casey Perry, And 2 laps down on the inside, as you can tell, is Sam Mincy. We're back to green flag racing. Interesting that Mincy gets the lead lap, gets a lap back. He's still 2 laps down, so he's still got a little bit of ways to go when he gets back in the lead lap. But 3 wide racing as 2 Western racers push on through. THEO STEGALL and Ryan Sheely. Here comes an Eastern racer, and that's Chase Armstrong. Then 3 wide behind, Jeff EHLERS going on the inside, Trevor Reinhardt and Joel QUALLS. Ryan Sheely leads. Oh, what a save by THEO STEGALL and Jeff EHLERS. That was going to be a scary situation. They saved that. Great driving job there as Matt Richards now dives into it. Trevor Reinhardt, HAYDEN Klein, Jeffrey Stamper, and Samantha Rice. And it is still Chase Armstrong leading. THEO STEGALL's going to get back into second with Matt Richards pushing. HAYDEN Klein, the winner of the last shot race to get himself in, is now getting himself into the top 5. Back here, Ryan ACOSTA, 3 wide, racing again. Trevor Reinhardt on the outside now. Stephen Harder, Samantha Chris Ginner. Trying to get on the inside. Reinhardt now on the high side. Joey Dawson, Red Bell. Meanwhile, up front, it is still Chase Armstrong. HAYDEN Klein second. Here comes Joel QUALLS again. The inside of Matt Richards. So we have 2 Eastern racers and a slew of Western-Eastern battle going on. As Joel QUALLS has the 3rd spot, Justin Johnson, Eastern racer, is going to take the 4th spot with the help of Joe Davison, Eastern racer. And then Samantha Rice. There's 19 Eastern racers, there's 18 Western racers, so a little advantage from going to the East. Somewhat. As Ryan Sheely battles it out with Chris Ginner. As HAYDEN Klein now gaining a little bit of ground on Chase Armstrong. Here comes Joe Davis going to the inside of Joel QUALLS. Jeffrey Stamper now diving in for the West. Now here comes Justin Johnson yet again. They go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Johnson takes in QUALLS right behind Joel QUALLS. And Ryan Sheely, another Western racer. Still Sam Mincy staying ahead. If we get a yellow, he can actually get one of his laps back. He's actually an Eastern racer as well, so it's kind of a justified situation. Ryan Sheely gets into the top 5 now. Now Samantha Rice is going to dive in too. There's Jackie QUALLS battling it out with Ryan ACOSTA. 3 wide battle now. You got 2 Western racers right in the middle, an Eastern racer and Ryan ACOSTA. As now here comes Joel QUALLS, speaking of the QUALLS family, passing Joe Davis, and a new leader, HAYDEN Klein, has just that. Now, here comes Samantha Rice to try to make a move on the inside of Ryan Sheely. Justin Johnson helping, and Jackie QUALLS scouting out her moves. As we are just getting close to 30 laps to go. 31 this time by. HAYDEN Klein leads. 31 laps to go. As now Chase Armstrong's going to peek down low on HAYDEN Klein. He has enough momentum. Can it work? Can he make it stick? Now he does. Lets him know he's there. He's taking it. Joel QUALLS now gets himself the 3rd spot. Then Justin Johnson, Jackie QUALLS gets herself in the top 5. Here comes Charles Jackson now getting in there the points leader in the West. Oh, what is that? Joey Dawson dodging a huge bullet. Almost got the THEO STEGALL and Jacob Rodriguez, but he had enough room. He saved it. A lot of close calls thus far. Stephen Harder, Eastern racer, now passing fellow Eastern racer Trevor Reinhardt. And right now, it's still Chase Armstrong, Hayden Klein, Joel QUALLS, Ryan ACOSTA now battling with Justin Johnson. Here comes Charles Jackson. Casey Perry battling with Jackie QUALLS. Creeping up on the halfway point of the race. Three-wide battle now going on. Here it comes. THEO STEGALL to the inside. Trevor Reinhardt, Ryan Sheely. Samantha Rice gets out of it, puts the binders on, goes up to the high side. Here comes Jacob Rodriguez now. Meanwhile, Jackie QUALLS tries to go to the inside of Casey Perry. Tried to pick off Charles Jackson, battle for the lead yet again. Hayden Klein's got it, but now he's got help from Western racer Joel QUALLS, who is now going to take a little bit as well from the cookie jar, and does just that. Or just this time by, will be at the halfway point, 25 down, 25 to go in this 50-lap shootout. As Joel QUALLS, the West representative, is now in the hot seat. Chase Armstrong, Hayden Klein, and Ryan ACOSTA all from the East, and the rounding out the top 5 is Western racer Charles Jackson. And then you have a handful of Western racers in JAYLAH, Casey Perry, and Jackie QUALLS, although Stephen Harder from the East is willing to mesh that up. Battle going on here. Casey Perry and Jackie QUALLS. Here it comes now. THEO STEGALL yet again. Justin Johnson. The Slender U Pontiac. Figure Salon sponsors. Stephen Harder out in challenging. East and West battles going on. Ryan Sheely, THEO STEGALL, Stephen Harder, Justin Johnson, showing flex and muscle. Samantha Rice, Jacob Rodriguez, Jackie QUALLS, Joe Davis, Steve Goff. As now Hayden Klein is going to go for the #1 spot from Chase Armstrong. West-East battles going on. The two Eastern racers now going at it. QUALLS now going to get back to the #2 spot, and now Ryan ACOSTA is going to dive into it. Ryan ACOSTA will take the #3 spot, not yet. Now he will. But now QUALLS is going to get back to that #1 spot on Hayden Klein. Ryan ACOSTA is now 3rd. Charles Jackson now battles it out with Chase Armstrong. He'll get himself in the 4th spot. 20 laps to go here in this race. As Joel QUALLS leads, now Ryan ACOSTA is going to dive in. East versus West, new batch now. Then it's Hayden Klein and Charles Jackson. And now ACOSTA is going to dive into it. Ryan ACOSTA will take the #1 spot from Joel QUALLS. Hayden Klein is now going to dive in. Hayden Klein goes to the inside. Joel QUALLS. Charles Jackson's going to pick sides. He's going to pick to push his team, his Western teammate. And that doesn't really make a difference because Hayden Klein will take the #1 spot, #2 spot, and probably the #1 spot as well. Jackson's going to take the #3 spot meanwhile. And then Casey Perry, who's already on a hot streak after winning at Kansas. His 2nd win in the season in the K&N Pro West Series that actually got him into the top 16. He was out of the top 16 until he won at Kansas. And that actually got him in. Hayden Klein and Charles Jackson battled it out for the #1 spot. 16 laps to go. Here comes Ryan ACOSTA yet again on Hayden Klein. Jeffrey Stamper now battles it out with Joel QUALLS and Chase Armstrong. No avail though. Casey Perry now goes to the inside of Hayden Klein. Charles Jackson leads. Ryan ACOSTA second, Casey Perry third. Now Jeffrey Stamper's going to dive into the fourth spot on... Actually, round out the top five. He's going to try to pass Chase Armstrong, which he does, and now he's going to pass Hayden Klein. Meanwhile, up front, with 15 laps to go, making this 14, is now Charles Jackson leading, not for long. Here comes Ryan ACOSTA. And now here comes Casey Perry, gets in there for the West. Now it's the lone wolf as an Eastern racer. And then the top five are all Western racers, going back to Joel QUALLS, who just passed Hayden Klein. Three-wide battle almost going on here as Jeffrey Stamper's going to pass Casey Perry. Joel QUALLS going to dive right into it. The hunted man is that number 9 Taco Bell Chevy. And his name is Ryan ACOSTA. He's got a slew of Western racers down his neck. Breathing down his neck. Joel QUALLS, Charles Jackson, Casey Perry, Jeffrey Stamper. Then he's got his Eastern, and then he has actually Jackie QUALLS right there as well. Add her name to the mix. Add Jacob Rodriguez starting to pick him off. So even though the odds have been mostly car count in the favor of the East, the West are really flexing their muscles. 11 laps to go this time by. So here comes Charles Jackson to the inside of Ryan ACOSTA. The Piranhas feeding on the prey. That is Ryan ACOSTA. Charles Jackson has got it. Now Jackie QUALLS and Joel QUALLS teaming up as Charles Jackson leads. 3 wide right behind. Jackie QUALLS got the number 2 spot now with Joel in third. Jackie QUALLS already have herself a couple wins in the Sunoco Cup Series. By the way, it'll be 9 laps to go this time by. And we're under yellow. We'll find out what it may have to do with this one. We actually figured out where the problem is. It had to do with Shane Atkins, our Eastern racer, as that's what triggered our yellow. You see Justin Johnson go to the inside of Shane as they head down the back straightaway, and Eastern teammates do battle. Shane Atkins gets spun courtesy of Justin Johnson. You see Mike Doobie getting a little bit of a brushing there, and that was all it really needed to take to trigger a yellow. So it wasn't much of, spectacular proportions like earlier, but it's enough to slow the field down considerably. So with that said, let's take a look at where we stand so far under yellow. It is Western Racers 1, 2, 3 as it's Charles Jackson, then the QUALLS couple, Jackie, then Joel, then our first Eastern racer in Ryan ACOSTA, then another Western racer in Jacob Rodriguez, then an Eastern racer Chase Armstrong, Western racer Casey Perry, Western racer Jeffrey Stamper, Eastern racer Hayden Klein, Western racer Matt Richards, then Eastern racer Samantha Rice. We'll be back to green flag. It'll be 5 laps to go. Then Eastern racer Trevor Reinhardt, Eastern racer Corey Moore, Western racer Steve Goth, Western racer JAYLAH Stamper, Western racer Emi Takashi, Western racer Joey Dawson, Western racer Adam FIEGEL, Western racer Ryan Shealy, Eastern racer Stephen Harder, Western racer Jeff EHLERS, Eastern racer Joe Davis, Western racer THEO STEGALL, then Eastern racer Red Bell, Eastern racer Mike Doobie, Eastern Racer Justin Johnson, Eastern Racer Neil Ward, Western Racer Chris Skinner, Eastern Racer Shane Atkins, Western Racer Matt Wells. 1 lap down is Sam Mincy, Eastern Racer, and our DNFs are going to be Eric CAUDILL from the East, Ricky HAWKE from the East, Josh Davis from the East, and we're back underway. We got 4 laps to go, make that this time by. 4 laps to go. Here comes Jackie QUALLS. Joel QUALLS going to make a move as right now Charles Jackson onto a commanding lead. Now Ryan ACOSTA diving in. Battle going on behind us. Chase Armstrong is going to pass Jacob Rodriguez. Jackie QUALLS is now second. Ryan ACOSTA is third. 3 laps to go this time by. Jackie QUALLS gets passed by Ryan ACOSTA. 3 to go. There's Trevor Reinhardt. Battle going on here now. Chase Armstrong and Casey Perry. Charles Jackson still with a good lead on Ryan ACOSTA. Now it's east versus west. 2 laps to go this time by. Here we go. 2 to go for Charles Jackson. Can he bring the trophy home to the west? Ryan ACOSTA doesn't think so. This time by it'll be the white flag barring any yellows. 1 lap to go. Can Charles Jackson hold them all off? Here we go, white flag. And a good lead for Charles Jackson, about maybe 4/10 of a second over Ryan ACOSTA, but Jackie QUALLS wants to make it a 1-2 punch to the west. Checker flag getting set to your fly. Your winner of the K&N Pro Shootout representing the west is gonna be Charles Jackson. Second spot will be Jackie QUALLS, so 1-2 punch for the west. Then is Ryan ACOSTA, the highest finishing east. Trevor Reinhardt will be 4th. Casey Perry for the west will round up the top 5. Then Matt Richards from the east, Corey Moore from the west, Jacob Rodriguez and Joel QUALLS from the west. And then Chase Armstrong from the east to round up the top 10. Then Hayden Klein is an Eastern Racer. Ryan Shilly west. Joey Dawson west. Samantha Rice east. Red Bell east. Steve Goth right west. Stephen Harder east. Jeffrey Stamper west. Ayumi Takashi west. Theo Stegall west 20th. Adam Fiegel west. Shane Atkins east. Chris Skinner west. Jeff EHLERS west. Mike Doobie east in 25th. Joe Davis east. JAYLAH Stamper west. Neil Ward east. Justin Johnson east. Matt Wells west. Sam Mincy east, 1 lap down. And your DNFs will be Eric CAUDILL from the east, Ricky HAWKE from the east, Josh Davis from the east, Amanda Alderman Scott from the east, Kim Alderman Armstrong from the east, Bo Lambert from the east, and the 56 of Luca Moore from the west. So that'll do it here for the K&N Pro Shootout, and the West wins the battle as Charles Jackson takes home the trophy. West gets the bragging rights here in Season 1 of the K&N Pro Series Shootout.